welcome back to the Payton Sullivan halftime show, sponsored by Texas Farm Bureau. Call Randall or Shane anytime at 940-889-3119. Today we're here with Coach Jones. How are you?
I'm good. Are you?
All right. Tired, but all right.
Yeah.
So, start us off. Tell us about yourself, where you came from, all that other stuff.
My name is Justin Jones. I grew up in Archer City up until my sophomore year. After that, I transferred to Holiday during high school, and I ended up graduating high school there. After that, I went to Midwestern State, and there I played football up until this last year. Now I'm on my first year coaching and teaching.
So, it's your first year coaching?
Yeah, very
Oh, I guess
first
you
year.
like just graduated, so
Yeah.
that makes sense. Tell us about college football. About
Uh, I think all of college sports really depends on where you go and who your teammates are and who your coaches are. Um, you can go, like, I've talked to other kids who went to other colleges for many different sports, and we've all had different kinds of experiences. I mean, the most thing we do have in common, though, is that it is very tough, and college sports are not for everybody. You have to have a real love and a real dedication to college sports. I mean, you can also not love the sport and then work very hard and then learn to love the sport as you grow to be more successful. But there's a lot of talented guys out there, a lot of talented people, very smart people in the game. You can learn a whole lot going to play college sports.
So, right when you came to you, I guess you knew what Seymour was since you played in Archer City before you came here.
Yeah.
So, what's your first thoughts on like coaching in Seymour and all that other stuff?
Uh, it Seymour itself, the town itself, is very different from what I remember and what I thought Seymour was while I was in high school playing against Seymour. Um, when I was at Seymour, I didn't, or I mean, sorry, when I was in high school in Archer City or even in Holiday, scrimmaged against them a couple times. I talked to a few of the guys, made friends with a few of the people who were in high school at the time, and I just assumed Seymour was one way. Then I get here and Seymour is completely different than I really thought it was.
What do you mean one way and then completely different?
Uh, I'm not gonna say anything bad about Seymour now that I'm here. But no, I mean like Seymour. Like I always had great relationships with those guys who were in high school. While I was also in high school. I mean, there was competitive. David Watson. He was one guy that who I always competed with, and so it was a great little rivalry there. And then they always played us tough. They were always gunning to take out my knees. Uh, it's a Coach Lloyd thing. Um, but yeah, I mean, it was always a great competition. Loved playing against them. Uh, always had some great memories from it. Had some not so great memories from it. But it was great to play against them in high school. And then I get here now, and it's the culture here has, I think, grown and matured since I was in high school playing against them. I think now there is a great culture here, and I think it's going to even get better after this.
Good. So, what do you think about your coaching staff you're getting to coach with this year?
I think this is a great coaching staff. There's a lot of knowledge. There's a lot of guys who know a lot of different things. Game plan wise, it's kind of Coach Lloyd and Coach Williams. They take care of their end, and we implement as much input as we can to help out. But I think as a whole staff, it's a very great staff, and I think we're going to do good in a lot of different sports this year.
Hope you're right. Your players. You work with the running backs, right?
Yep.
So, what do you think about your running backs? We'll start there.
Running
Honest,
backs,
honest opinion.
my honest opinion. Uh, no, I think our running backs they run hard every week. I'm going to be tough on them all year long. Uh, Running backs, it's a very tough position, right? So the way I was taught or and coached growing up, because I played running back all the way up through college. Uh, you have to be just as tough and as physical as the offensive lineman and defensive lineman, and then you have to do the same thing as a receiver. You still have to catch, you still have to run a football. So and then you have to also block like an offensive lineman as well. You don't have to just have to be physical. The blocking, you have to be able to man a guy up one on one and drive him wherever you want.
Yeah.
So it's a very tough position physically for a running back. Mentally, it's not the most hardest position on the field because it's very simple. You run right, you run left. You just read your blocks once he gets the ball, and you really only have one or two guys to block. But the physicality inside the box, and you're running straight downhill every play, 5 yards, just getting 5 yards is a 10-yard run, and then trying to get a first down is 15 yards.
Yeah.
So, and then you have to go against nine or however many guys are in the box. So it's a tough physical game, and I think our running backs, they're fit for it, and we're going to get better and better and better.
Mhm. So, transferring from Archer to Holiday, you were a big name in the area. Like, I mean, it was big. And the challenges or what's the word? Good things about that.
What are some good things from it?
Good things, challenges, whatever.
So, yeah, when I transferred, it was a moment in my life that was very tough. Uh, I transferred from Archer City, grew up there. Transfer out, I do not get signed off to play varsity sports. So we have to go to UIL in Austin. It's kind of like a court type setting where my parents plead our case to why we moved. Archer will plead their case as to why they think I should not be allowed to play varsity sports. Um, at the end of that, okay, the Archer City ended up winning basically the case type thing, and they ruled in favor of Archer City. UIL did, and so I had to sit out January 4th of my sophomore year all the way till January 4th of my junior year, and had to play JV ball. So having to sit out, like automatically you sit out 2 weeks when you transfer, and then the eligibility determines if they sign off. So whenever I get the news that day in school that you got to sit out a full calendar year, it was, I'm 16 years old. I don't think too much of it. I'm thinking I'm gonna be fine, and then you get the news, and then all of a sudden your world changes. So like I was trying to go get recruited to play college ball, and I wanted to play college varsity ball. Like I knew nothing else, right? And then all of a sudden now I've got to figure out how do I keep my same intensity, my same physicalness on a lower level.
Yeah. So, how would you describe your coaching style?
My coaching style.
Yeah.
Um, I'm very old school minded. I'm gonna be tough. I'm gonna preach physicality on both sides of the ball. Uh, I think the most violent, most physical guys are the ones who end up winning the battles at the end of the day. And I think the guys who are mentally sharp are also going to win as well. So you have to be the most mentally ready and also the most physical on the field.
Yeah. We're gonna do like speed questions.
Speed questions?
Yeah, I'll try to get them off the top of my head because I can't really think of anything else to ask you.
Okay.
Okay. Favorite color.
Red.
Favorite food.
Pizza.
Favorite protein.
Protein?
Like protein. Like
Oh, pro team.
yeah, any sport.
NFL Seattle Seahawks.
Get them out.
Get them out.
Take them out. I don't want them here. No more. We're done. We're good. Okay. Favorite college team.
Favorite college team to watch, like Division One,
Yeah.
UT.
Dude, go away. You're not doing good at this test. You can make like a 50.
I'm sorry.
Looks like my grades.
I'm sorry.
Okay, if you could choose one thing in the entire world to have, what would it be?
One thing. Uh, peace. I think peace in life is very important. I think if you have peace in yourself, peace at home, then you can accomplish a lot in your life.
I was not expecting that. I was expecting like maybe like $1 million.
No.
Okay, if there any one thing in your life you cannot live without.
One thing in my life I cannot live without. Probably sleep. I need my sleep.
Like,
I need my sleep.
your answers are so different than I'm expecting. I'm expecting like an object.
Oh no, I need my sleep.
You don't get that here because we practice at 5 a.m.
I'm finding ways to get my sleep.
You know, it's like at
Even if
5
it's going to
o'clock.
bed at 6 o'clock as soon as I get off practice, I find a way to get sleep.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you what's your second favorite sport because I figured we know your first.
My second
Your
favorite sport
second favorite
is
sport.
basketball.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be the assistant or the JV coach assistant
Yep.
for the boys.
Yep.
Oh, how you feel about that basketball season? You ready for it?
I'm very excited about basketball season. I think Coach Anderson, he's got a great game plan coming in, and I think with the talent we have, I think we could make a good run at it this year.
The JV squad.
Yeah.
Favorite parts about basketball is getting to God getting to cheer on the JV.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
it gets wild. You'd be surprised. You
No,
get up there and
it
going for
can.
JV.
Like I remember even when I had to play JV, when I was in holiday for that year. You know, the varsity come out and student section and get all rowdy if like it was a fun game, a physical game, or sometimes JV games. You don't have the most talented guys out there, so there's times where it's chaotic and the ball flying somewhere and somebody's diving somewhere and it's fun.
Yeah. Um, Dude, anything? I can't really think of anything to ask you, man. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know a whole lot about you.
What do you want to know?
I don't know. I'm not good at this. I'm not good at this at all. Let's think of more questions to ask you here. Oh, favorite car brand?
Favorite car brand?
Yeah.
Ah, that's tough. If I was going to pick a truck, a good reliable truck, I'd go Chevy.
Okay. What about like car?
My favorite car ever, if I had my dream car, it would be a 65 Mustang Fastback. It'd be black and it'd also be chromed out, chromed wheels. Okay. The designs on the interior, any type of chrome I could put in there, I'd put it in there. I'd have black racing seats, bucket seats, either bucket or racing. I can't decide. And then also with some white stitching.
That was so specific.
Oh, yeah. I've been thinking about it for a long time.
Do you ever think you'll like get enough money to own one?
I will never own one probably,
What?
and
Why not?
they're hard to find now. That I mean, like 65 was now what? How I'm not good at math. How long ago was that? Six,
Like,
70 years almost. Yeah,
sure,
it's about yeah.
sure. I don't know.
I'm not good at math. I guess.
I'm not either at all.
So
Miss
I mean
Stafford, if you're
that's
watching this, I'm actually very good at math. Very good at it.
that's like a 70-year-old car, and then it's a fastback. So there's even more. There's a
Yeah,
limited amount of those as
it's like
well.
limited editions.
Yeah.
Well, probably. Yeah, wrapping things up here. Well, anything else you'd like to say to people watching?
Come out and support.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank y'all and enjoy the rest of the game.